What's up, Dragon Brood? Welcome to today's Champ or Chump. So for those of you that are new to this and don't know what we do with this series, there are deck lists that get posted on magic.gg once a week, and these are usually decks that have gone 6-0 between Platinum and Mythic, and you know, why not? And just so you know, the way they actually qualify for this is that they have to go 6-0 and not get any changes between those. So they have to go 6 in a row as they are. So all I do with this series, I guess if you want to call it, is that we're just playing to see, can we see how this viably could have gotten to 6-0. Not saying we need to win 5 or 6 in a row, just to say like, hey, yeah, this is good enough, we understand. And I have to say, this week there were a lot of interesting builds. Some that I was confused by, some I didn't really understand. Some that actually looked decent and had some interesting choices. So it took me a while to decide which one to do, but I figured I was going to put up something different than what I've had on the channel in a while. And we are going with Mono Blue Flash today. And, you know, makes sense that this one could have gone 6-0 and actually has some interesting cards. So, with that being said, before we hop over to the deck, remember, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell, and then let's go take a look at this Mono Blue Flash deck. Okay, so this list is trying to play everything basically on your opponent's turn. And it kind of makes sense, right? Let's say you're worried about decks like Rogues. Well, if you can force them to use all their stuff on their turns, well, then you could do kind of whatever you want to do on your turn. And it does have enough counter spells and whatnot to give you some viability against even the slow control decks. So in theory, all the parts are there that this could do something, but let's take a look here. We've got Miscast, which counters an instant or sorcery spell. So, not bad. I mean, this is actually good whenever your opponent tries to maybe drown in the lock or just a quick little Blood Chief's Thirst or whatever. You could prevent that, which is pretty nice. Essence Scatter counters creatures. Fairy Vandal. I don't know how many times we're going to get to draw a bunch of cards here, though we do have a couple things that let us draw. But otherwise, just a flash creature, which is alright. Negate for 2, counters target non-creature spell. Cunning Night Bonder. This is a card that generally I see it in a lot of lists and it doesn't do a whole lot, but it does actually work very well in this list. In the regard that we do have several things with Flash that will be cheaper. It doesn't, however, play the 3-2 with Flash that, you know, if you play something with Flash, you drain your opponent for 1 and draw a card. But this kind of has a lot of the feels of those others. But this allows it to be mono blue, mind you, that you don't need anything other than blue land sources, which is kind of nice. Brazen Bar, obviously good card all around. Mystical Dispute, another counter. Sea Dasher Octopus. This is one way we're going to be able to draw cards. And you can make your Fairy Vandals a little bit bigger. So this could be pretty good once you're ahead to kind of start putting the game away, which is pretty nice. Ashiok's Erasure. Not totally sure about this card, but it's actually neat in the sense that whenever you counter something, your opponent just can't play it again as long as the Erasure's out there. And it does have Flash, so, you know, gets a little cheaper. So it's almost interesting that there's not 4 in this list. But again, we're keeping the list as pretty close to how, well, this is actually exactly the list that we pulled from the deck dump. So I haven't made any changes here. We're just playing it as is. Then we have 2 Rewinds, 2 Pouncing Shore Shark, 2 Voracious Great Shark. So almost going with the shark theme, not quite there though. 2 Sublime Epiphany, with this card is always awesome whenever you actually get to resolve it. Then 4 Castle Vantress, 17 Islands, 3 Mystical Sanctuary. And this just lets us take an instant or sorcery from our graveyard, put it back on top of our library. Not sure how much I like this considering how much mill there is in the format, but if you're playing against anything else, this is actually a pretty good card. So we're rocking 24 lands. The deck's mostly fairly playable early outside till you get to here, but it's a bunch of 2s. So though this looks like a lot of cards, it's really not that many that cost more than 3. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll see how it goes. We do have some ways to draw cards and whatnot, so let's go hop into the arena and see what happens. Okay, we get to go first, and we can't really do anything, so I'm going to mulligan. Keep, and we're going to get rid of the Shore Shark. Alright, and we're just going to pass. So we're playing Sultai colors here. Alright. That's going to come into play tap, so it's not a real concern for us here. Go ahead and play the Night Bonder. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, we'll keep this. Also, let me say, I do understand clearly that these decks that make the list are played as best of 3, and I'm playing them best of 1 so we can see it against more decks. Otherwise, I would be making a video that just has like 2 matches, and that's not as exciting, you know. Though, sometimes if you want to just watch best of 3, you can come over to the streams and whatnot, and we do that there. I just don't do it for a lot of my videos. Was not expecting this after a birth of Miletus. What is happening here? Yeah, I'm just gonna deal with that. I don't know what's happening. That's definitely a surprise. I'm just gonna pass. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, who plays Birth of Miletus and our Crawling Barons and then that? Like, I don't understand. I'm so confused. The opponent want to put counters on their Crawling Barons? Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't even know, like, outside of a Brazen Bar, I don't know if we could deal with the Crawling Barons. Oh, that's not true. I guess we could Voracious Shore Shark, huh? That's a thing. Okay, let's attack and just see what the opponent does here. I assume they're just going to block with their O4, because that's what I would do. Because, like, what are you losing, right? Okay, sounds about right. Skyclave. Apparition. Alright. So I'm going to make a play that's very questionable here. But I think we're just going to play a Sea Dasher straight up. Maybe even play both of them just... Well, they did tap this turn, though. Alright. This is... Oh, I can't because it's a human. Dang it. You know what? Then let's just play it. Just as a creature. We can get back a rewind. I mean, I guess we're not doing much else, though, are we? We're going to draw the rewind, so it at least goes into our hand here. And then we'll have Epiphany. So that's a thing we could do. Alright, so that worked out. Okay. I think we have to mulligan. Just not having any 2-mana thing seems really bad. This isn't much better. I'd almost rather have an... Oh, well, I mean, I guess Essence Scatter is probably the preferred 2-mana spell we want opening. So let's go with that. Opponent plays a Love-Struck Beast. Okay, well... This is a turn late. We could have used that to stop a 1/1. And we wouldn't have to deal with the Love-Struck Beast later. Too bad, so sad, as they say. I feel like we go ahead and Essence Scatter. Alright, well, at least with the Vandal, we can get in for flying damage and put a Sea Dasher Octopus on it, so that's something. We missed a land drop, though, which is not great. Alright, we get to use our mana kind of how we want here. That's sort of nice. And we outright stop a Lovestruck Beast, so that's pretty good. Mammoth? Sure. Granted, we don't get to put the Sea Dasher Octopus on the Fairy Vandal, I don't believe, because we need to be able to stop a Great Hinge. I think is really what we're worried about. So we just attack... Well, no we don't. I shouldn't have done that. Because we could at least block the 1/1. Because we're not going to play the Sea Dasher Octopus until the end of turn, if possible. Well, we get to stop a Questing Beast. And now we need to draw land, or we're in a lot of trouble. Like a lot. That's not going to help us. Oh, boy. What to do here. Alright, just going to pass. I mean, we're one short. Even a Shore Shark would have been good here to do some things. But, yep. We knew that was coming. Sadly, we got to let it. Ugh. Yeah, nothing we can do about it. We're going to need this Shore Shark to work overtime. And even then, we're just giving the opponent more cards. But there's not much we can do, really. Okay, that helps. Kinda. Oh, what can we do with this? End the turn. Gargaroth, even. Okay. I mean, I would have loved to be able to bounce that hinge and do something, but we just can't here. Alright, let's... Bouncing Shore Shark. Bounce this. And we're still a mana away even from being able to use this Sublime Epiphany, which is super unfortunate. I'm just trying to think, okay, if we attack... Man, I think we just have to get them to bounce the I think we're just dead, though. I mean, because even if we get them to bounce the Gargaroth, if they attack with these, we have to block the Scavenging Ooze, right? Yeah, pretty much if they play a land, we're dead. Pre-combat. Yeah, we're just dead. Like, there's nothing there. Alright. Let's see how we fare this time. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're going to pass, see what the opponent does here. We could run our Nightbonder out and just see if it doesn't hit like a Heartless Act or something. But I'm going to wait. Alright, that's not too bad. Opponent didn't play anything, so maybe this is just some type of mono black control deck? We'd have to discard 2 cards. How do we feel about that? I mean, I guess we could get rid of a Sanctuary and a Brazen Bar because we kind of want the other 4. Yeah, that's fine. Especially since this has Flash, so it kind of fits together here against this. I've seen this popping up in a few more lists. Not sure how I feel about it, honestly. Hasn't really done much for me lately. And I think just because it's a sorcery speed, it kind of opens you up to situations like this. You know, I want to play the Sea Dasher Octopus, but I think we're going to hold tight as soon as we can try to resolve an Ashiok's Erasure. Well, I did not expect to see that from the opponent. That's good to know. Alright, Negate will help here. So we can kind of... Oh, again, it's a human. I got to play it just by itself. End of turn. Duh. Okay. Let's pass. But now we have Negate and we have Shore Shark. Nah, we're going to stop that. So now if they kill Nightbonder, we don't care too much because we can just play the Octopus. Well, that's pretty good. We can find a counter here. We did not, but that's not a bad situation to have either. So if they kill something, you're going to want to kill the Octopus here, I'm pretty sure. And if they try to play something like... Oh. Okay, that's fine. We'll just bounce that. Play this. Oh, that's pretty good. This still costs 4, though. Well, we do have a miscast, so sure. Let's mutate this. Oh yeah, because it's 3 mutate costs. Because of the Nightbonder. So yeah, don't hate that. That's a pretty good situation. Though, oh, no, that's a even. So that's, or odd. So that's actually okay. And we have a miscast anyway. So that'll do it. Alright. Alright, opponent goes first. This seems reasonable, so I think we have to keep it. Their first spell is going to get through no matter what. It's just after that, what can we do? I'm going to go ahead and put this in tap now. I know we could possibly be getting a spell back, but it's also possible we don't... Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, I don't know what we're playing against, and if they have mill anything, we're not going to get that card anyway. So no need getting hung up on that. Alright, we'll just pass. Oh, I thought you might try to play another Ruin Crab. Would have been cool to try to stop one of those. Sure. I mean, sure you have a kill spell for it. Not a lot I can do about it. I guess I could have waited and then tried to get through a Mystical Dispute. I just don't know how much time we're going to have in this matchup. There's a Negate. That's not bad. Yep. Land's going. Alright, I guess we'll try to just play this. Guess we're just playing a control deck with mill options? We didn't get, like, didn't say please or something there? Alright, just passing. Alright, well, if they're just going to keep drawing land, there's not going to be a lot we can do about it. Man, I would have loved to have had that shark or something. That would have been nice. Need another threat here is what I need. Oh, well. This worked out nicely. Let's target the Thought Thief. And then we get to untap lands. And then that gets countered. Since the opponent chose not to pay. So yeah. That worked out about as well as possible. And we still have a negate up. Good times. Good times. Same thing. Leave this mana up. See what the opponent tries to do here. We'll just negate that. They try to cast another creature. We essence scatter that, I guess. Nope, not this time. Into the story. I'm fine with that. We'll just let it go. I was gonna bounce the crab and, you know, but okay. Well, now we at least get a chance to bounce it. This also takes away the option. Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, I guess. So now they can... Oh, they didn't have another land. Oh. Wasn't that something? Well, now we attack. We might get a card. We do get a card. Is it something good? It is not good. Oh, this is going to be a struggle. All right, Ruin Crab you have. Yeah. Tap 4, please, to try to Blood Chief's Thirst our Shore Shark. That's what I would like. Unfortunately, this is going to get drowned in the locked, isn't it? Oh, I can't actually... That's an Essence Scatter. Yep. That's just it. Alright, let's see what else they want to do. Alright, you get an Enforcer. They actually should have waited, honestly. Let us scry first. Then get the Enforcer action. Would have probably... Oh my gosh. Actually, I don't think we have any outs here, really. Because I'm thinking, like, there's no benefit to... Matter of fact, I'm just going to leave these on top and let them have another flash creature. No, they didn't even have that. I was trying to get too savvy there. Sure. I mean, I guess having that on top could have been better. Because I could have bounced and countered because I still have the Essence Scatter in hand. Still not a huge bonus play. It just kind of helps. But we're pretty low on cards now. We're going to lose 6 more, so we only have 18 left. I don't think... We're not worried about our life total. We're really worried about just our library at this point. And I don't think we have any real outs. That'll buy some time, I suppose. But I'm not sure it's what we're really looking to do. Yep, down to 11 cards. Alright, opponent's not doing anything. Bounce a Ruin Crab? And this is mostly just like, hey, if we find a counter, we can keep from dying to a ruin crab. Sure. Let's go ahead and scry, see if we can find something good on top. Dispute and Borrower. Oh. I don't think these are necessarily good. They have too much mana for Dispute to matter here. Alright, I guess that's the best we can do. And it's not great, but it's something. We're down to 8 cards. I don't know how this is going to work. Yeah, honestly, we're just dead. Because even if they just mill lands to the top, we're just done here. Ooh, boy. Yeah, we're just going to keep this. Alright, let's do it, do it, do it. Okay. Don't hate that too much. Because we can always Brazen Bar a token if necessary. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that now. Since we're not going to do anything else with our mana and the opponent's not doing anything else. Miscast isn't bad. It's a good cheap way to prevent like a stomp or whatever and just take out a creature in the Bone Crusher Giant, which is kind of nice. You know, I'm willing to hit that. Okay, Fairy Vandal. Doesn't do much. And Miscast, believe it or not, is actually a solid card all around. I mean, it doesn't stop artifacts, which is one of the things we're really worried about in this list. But if they do like Primal Might or something, you could stop that. And Sublime Epiphany's cute, but it didn't seem like it's pulling a lot of weight here. Just as I say that, though, it's like, oh, now we're 1 mana away. Maybe it will. See what the opponent does here. Alright, it's a Lovestruck Beast. Alright, so hold on. If we... Enters the battlefield, exile turn. Alright, so... We could... If we search for a land, we could counter a spell. Return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Probably wouldn't do that with the beast. Create a token that's a copy of target creature I control, which we don't have anything yet. And draw a card. You know, sure. That's fine. We're gonna do this. And at least start some semblance of a race. See if we can entice them to play a Bone Crusher Giant. There we go. Hey, alright. We made it happen. We did the thing. Sadly, because I didn't play the Borrower first, I can't make a copy of the Borrower. I gotta make a copy of a Vandal. However, we'll get to draw a card, so we'll have 2/2/3 Vandals, which is also fine. Oh wait, no, it's if you draw a second card for the turn, so it wouldn't even do that here. That's disappointing. Alright, so we're going to counter a spell. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. I mean, we could return the other creature to the opponent's hand. Create a copy of a creature. Draw a card. No point in... do we return it? Maybe, because they can't even replay it here unless they have a land in hand. 2 cards left. I'm going to return it. So, target non-land permanent. Target creature I control. Target a player. So we did get to cast the Epiphany. Like, it's not great. It's not bad. It's just kind of okay here. All right. We at least drew a Brazen Borrower, so we got something good out of it. Would have been nice to have a Borrower on the table, though. And have 2 attacking for 6 here. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers at this point. I mean, we can, but then that just makes you greedy. Alrighty. So having a bar basically allows us to put the game state back to where it was, bouncing a token. And this takes 5 mana. Alright, so we need 5 total. Yeah, alright, we could do that and still bounce the token. I'm okay with that. See if we can find something good here. Ooh, Sea Dasher Octopus is great, great, great. Don't want any more land, though. Let's bounce this thing. Alright, we're going to put this on this. No shock, please. Alright. Here we go. And those will both draw a card. Well, we'll get to draw a card, and then they'll both grow in size. Okay, that didn't do a whole lot, but hey, opponent's at 14. We're not in the worst situation here. And we can play both borrowers, and during our upkeep, we can also scry. So I'm going to go ahead and set a stop there. Great Hinge is good. Might be too late for the opponent. We'll see. Alright, that's all fine and good. We take a hit. Oh, and a Rimrock Knight. Okay, that's real. I mean, like, because now that puts us in death range for next turn. We may have to leave something back to block. We've got 6, 9, 11 is all the damage we can muster here. However, if we can find a Shore Shark... Oh, we'd still be a mana short. Cunning Nightbonder doesn't allow us to block either. Ugh. Don't love this. Draw. I mean, we're going to get both of these cards. So we attack for 3, 6, 9. I think is correct. Because this will turn our Vandal into a 3/4. And then still leave us a Nightbonder in case of emergency. And if that last card was Embercleave, we would still be in a reasonable spot here. So we wouldn't be dead just yet. Oh, we might be dead now. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is super unfortunate. Alright, so that moves it to 7. Or to 6. It would be a 7, so it's 14. We're still okay. Because I throw the Night... Well, I can't block with Nightbonder. So, not on the Elemental. But, you know, we will block, because what else are we going to do? Yep. I mean, the Vandal has to block. (14 minus 4) doesn't kill us. If there's another Rimrock or a Bone Crusher, we could be in trouble. Yep, there's a Cleave, but it looks like nothing else behind it. Ooh, I think we survived the situation. Yeah. At 4. Well, there's a negate. A bit too late, but doesn't matter. We managed to get it done, team. Ooh. Ooh. I'm undecided. I'm actually leaning toward Champ. I think it's possible. I could see enough matchups where, you know, maybe if you got, because it's definitely gonna have trouble with rogues, right? Like I think we saw that. Like you're definitely gonna have trouble with that matchup. But there are some draws you could get where I could see this deck getting lucky and getting a 6-0 without like weird situations happening, right? That's all we're trying to see. It's like, did it take opponent getting immensely lucky or opponents conceding or whatever weird thing, you know, getting mana screwed or whatever. There were a couple of times too we didn't draw enough lands, so maybe the list needs another mana or two. Maybe one less Sublime Epiphany in place of something, but you know, it actually did what it was supposed to do. So yeah, I got to give this one a little bit of love. So I'm gonna say Champ on this one. I think it's not necessarily the way I would go about it, but it still does what it's trying to do just fine. Now, as for our card spotlight, we're gonna be talking about Goblin Piledriver. And this card, it's actually kind of funny, right? When you look back, way back when this card was first printed, it was a real menace. I mean, this card was hard to deal with. It was one of the cards you never wanted to see out of the Goblins decks, and at the time, blue was also very well played, so that extra few words on it were actually really important. When it got reprinted, there weren't nearly that many quality Goblins, and especially not the ones that existed back then, so I think people kind of looked at it and went, meh, I don't understand what the hype was on this card. So if you weren't around in the beginning, you probably didn't really get it. Also, remember, if you'd like to get this deck list or come hang out with us in our Discord, and we have all kinds of conversation going on over there. Actually, I think we're over 200, encroaching on 300 people. I have to go look at the math. I don't remember. There's a lot of people on the Discord now, though. Also, if you want to come, you know, Twitch links are down there if you want to come follow us there, or just follow me over on Twitter. Also, visit our sponsors or buy some merchandise. That's all there as well. And if you haven't, please remember to like this video to help us get in front of more people. Hit that subscribe button to help us reach our 10,000 subscribers by February 1st. And then just hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I have a video up. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.